were swapping car stories.
Chairman, are we introducing additional project to RVR?
Let him introduce it. He's restored them.
Wow.
Adam's
We're looking at a beautiful 1955 Buick Century 4-door hardtop owned by Mark Tracy. It is going to be mechanically resurrected.
322 cubic inch overhead valve Buick engine, otherwise known as a nail head, with a Carter WCFB 4-barrel carburetor and a Buick Dynaflow variable pitch, variable vane transmission. Very unique. The engine's unique, the carburetor's unique, the transmission's unique, hell, the whole car's unique. And we're going to take it apart. It's been owned and driven by the same guy for 50 years.
Wow.
It has 140,000 miles on it, and the engine is, how shall I say, tarred.
Just a wee bit tarred.
It's tarred. And it's making funny noises, so we're going to take it apart and get it all freshened up and make it pretty and stonking fast. But don't tell Mark that. He needs to experience it. And what I mean by that, by the way, just very quickly, we are going to, this engine is going to be balanced and blueprinted. Now let's talk about what that means. If you're building an engine and you want to optimize its horsepower, if it's shaking furiously, all the parts are kind of jangling around, all that movement is work, and it's not getting to the drive shaft. It's not getting to the tires. So a hot rodder or a builder of performance engines will balance the rotating systems in the car to a 1/4 of a gram is pretty common. And there's 28 grams to an ounce. So it's 1/4 of 20, what is that? It's a big number. It's fairly well balanced. And a premier engine builder will actually go so far as to balance the camshaft too, because you want the engine to be dead smooth because all the power gets to the back wheels that way. The other thing that is done is the engine, when it's rebuilt, is returned to factory spec dimensions. So they look at the blueprint of the engine and they ensure that everything is correct. And I'll give you an example. An engine like this is what they call seasoned. It's been started and stopped a bunch of times over almost 70 years now. And the block has gone through a process known as normalizing, where it's relieved its stresses. Well, those stresses were there when the engine was taken out of the mold and then machined. So now the engine has literally moved a little bit. The block, the cast iron, it actually does move. Just a little bit, but it moves. And the bearings may not be properly aligned. The bores may have shifted a little bit. Not much, just a little bit. We're talking tens of thousands of, like a few 10,000ths of an inch. But if we get everything properly aligned and the bores perfectly round, the rings seal better, the engine doesn't vibrate, and it makes more power. This engine, in its original as advertised state, and I can go on for about an hour on this, but I won't. It says this is a 265 horsepower engine. 265 horse, which is pretty stout in 1955. Well, let's use that number. We'll call that an actual horsepower number. In reality, the actual horsepower this thing made was about 30% less. But what we're going to do by balancing and blueprinting it is we'll make about 20% more horsepower than it made when it came off the assembly line. So that's a significant gain, and it's still considered a stock engine. And it will still look stock, but it's gonna make more power. And more power is always good. We're guys, we like power, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and a Century is a hot rod.
Jesus, Andre.
Kind of slice that out.
Well,
Yeah,
I
and
was
I've added
feeling
it.
some
Bring it up
questions.
again. We'll vote on it.
I can actually work with that anymore. The Buick Century has been around since the late 30s, and the formula for the Century was to take the senior Buick straight 8 and put it in a smaller body. And the name Century comes from the fact that this car in the 30s could go 100 miles an hour, otherwise, 100 is a century. So hence the name Buick Century. So this was a banker's hot rod back in the day. And we are going to return it to its heretofore not recently experienced level of performance, and then a little more. And that'll make it fun to drive.
We're just making it nicer.
Yes.
Is it getting repainted or anything? All that.
Oh yeah, the
So it's gonna
engine,
look like a
engine
new
is coming
engine.
out. The engine's going to come out. We're going to disassemble it, and then we're going to trundle the bits that need to be machined off to Douglas, Arizona, because I have a friend there who is a top flight machinist. His name is Grant Benson, and he runs Benson Engine Machine. And what we can do is we can actually make, for those of you that have free time,
Plenty free time.
see what I'm saying? We're gonna make a road trip of it. We might hit a couple of junkyards. We'll go and hang out overnight in Bisbee, Arizona, which is a
Yeah.
really cool town. It's 500 miles from here, so it's a bit of a drive. It's like 7 hours. But we can split it up into a couple of days if we want to.
Yeah. Wow.
And then we'll hang out in Bisbee, and we'll go see Hogan Heck, who has probably 250 cars now. And they're all just laying in he lived here in Southern California. He was somewhere around Riverside, and he was dinged for having too many cars in his yard. So he said, screw it, I'm moving to Arizona. He moved about a mile from the U.S.-Mexico border, and he bought 5 acres, and he built a compound. And he put block walls all around his compound, and he lives there, and his cars are there, and he filled the compound. It's the only place in the world where I've seen a Pinto that he's going to put a flathead V8 in. I don't know why. He's going to do it just because. And he also has a pair of mid-engine Corvairs. I mean, he's very esoteric
Quirky,
stuff,
yeah.
and it's all really crappy, but it's kind of cool to look at. So we're going to make a road trip of it, and it should be a lot of fun.
Wow.
Can we stay at the trailer park? The vintage trailer park?
Oh, Shady Dell, that's
Yeah.
Justin Luria's.
It
Is it
is big,
Luria?
yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's actually the same name. It's Justin Luria owns it.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I know Justin.
Wow.
One of your cousins.
Might be.
One of my cousins?
Yeah.
Why?
His last name's
Same last
the
name.
owner is Justin Luria.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, wow. Maybe he's a paisan.
Yeah, he's a very nice guy. I knew his ex-wife, still do actually. He remarried, he's had a child since then. And he's got old cars, and he has the trailers. And it's just an interesting place. It should be a lot of fun. So what we need to do next on this thing, we might as well do this now and get it over with, is take the hood off, because we're going to need people spotting it while people disconnect it. This is not a conventional hinge. We have to disable the hood from the pivots. Is yours like that, Paul?
Here and here. Let me have a look. I know mine's got big springs on each side. Has a big spring on each side. This looks like.
Oh, this has big boing boings down below. They're down lower.
Mine are like right here.
Right there.
We
Okay.
have Andre here. So do we want to split?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you want to do more body work, we
Ooh.
have a body work car. And if you want to do engine work, we have an engine work car.
Oh, it's up to you, Andre. No,
Well,
it's up to
damn.
you. I didn't know.
Yeah,
I
I
just
just-
feel like we're not gonna
I mean, we got to do.
body work.
We got to keep both
Yeah,
projects
we gotta
underway.
keep- we got to take the trunk lid off Rusty and.
All right, so I can work with Andre on that. Who else? Anybody
Well, and
else?
Grant.
Randy?
And Grant.
Hey, Grant.
Grant, you volunteered to do body work.
You're stuck on body work.
Work on Randy, you and I.
You all.
You got some sandpaper for it.
You work across the street. You're the last guy here.
So just the two of us and Randy then? You guys are,
Well,
you have enough? Anybody else want to do Randy?
I
or it's up to you
promised,
guys?
I promised Mark I would be here to make sure that his pride and joy is not molested in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, you're fine.
Which means you guys have to stay the fuck away from the Veniports.
Ah. They don't actually go through, so you're just going to stub it.
I would like to see the engine come out because soon enough I'll have him be pushing an engine in.
I know, that's why I said what I said. Just to mess with you.
I mean, it's fine.
I'm gonna leave it up to Andre.
It's fine.
I'll help you with
I
Randy.
mean, I've pulled engines, so pulled engines.
We did the other one.
You have?
Yeah,
Did you put them back in?
yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Did they work?
Yeah.
Wow.
I swapped an engine from one Pontiac Grand Prix to another Pontiac Grand Prix during a snowstorm over 2 days on a gravel driveway in western New York.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was
I've
not
done
fun.
that. It's
And
not
lost about
pretty.
half of my tools in the snow, which I found during spring thaw.
Oh yeah, because they drop and they're gone.
They're gone.
It's like the snow just kind of flops over
Try
and then
moving
you're
one of
digging
these fuckers
around.
on a gravel driveway too. That's fun.
They don't
No.
move. They don't move. They don't move. That's my pet peeve was the greasy, dirty, salty slush that would fall on your face and in your mouth and in your ears.
Oh, I know.
Snow in your ears.
Anytime
nasty.
you even looked underneath a car from western New York, you would get rust in your eye. Even
I
if
don't-
it was like this.
Oh, yeah.
I don't like anything that's been in the snow. Fuck that.
I've been in the snow and
No,
you're like me.
You're not a car.
I'm gonna leave it up to you.
Let's just do that.
Okay.
What are we doing? Paper, rock, scissors is this?
All right, come on, we
And
gotta take the hood
break.
off. Let's go.
Hood.
Alright.
On it.
Let's mess with the
Right here. And here. Two.
What size wrench
And two. Probably 3/4. Maybe 13/16. What's this? 13/16. Ding, ding, ding. Sherman's a winner. Ugh, look, I busted it already.
Okay, and
Here's
we
one.
need one for that.
one
Or
here.
is that, no, you should be able to just turn that.
Yep, there we go.
So
All
what
right.
we need to do is we need people on the hood.
You wrench and all.
Somebody wrench.
The car's moving a little. Is it in park or?
It's fine. Because it's going to go up to do the,
Okay.
to pull the
Here's
trans.
another one. Here's another
13.
13.
Put it here. Put it on this side. Go for it. Right there.
Where's it?
Right there.
Good buddy.
And then there's another one down below. You're gonna have to get on it and push up. Yeah, like that. There you go. Okay, somebody spotting this side. All right. I'm doing the filming. You got the easy side. I already broke it
I see. Thank you. Yes. Am I doing this right?
loose. No, you're going. Let me see. There you go. There you go. Coming up is a bitch. That's the problem. You want to hold it and then I'll yank it? Wait, hold on. Hold it on there tight. Ugh, there, that one went. Now let's get this one. 1, 2, 3. Ah, there we go. Yeah. All right, you guys get that. And that. And I'm gonna need 2. See how, who's back there? Grant? See how Grant is? I need a guy on that side, yeah. Supporting it. There we go. There we go.